Hey guys, 50% is better than 0. It's not quite 100 though. So we're gonna walk through as much as I can the Friday strength moves just to make sure you have a demo in hand. And then hopefully next week I'll be back to normal, demonstrating everything every day before I leave it to the lovely coaches to guide you through the rest of the month. We've got in maintain first, we've got bridge with heels only, heels to butt bridges, and then max height bridge heels only. Let me show you what that means. Okay. First, we're going to get in the normal position that you would for a bridge. Make sure that your shoulders are not curling forward and that you're not pressing down with your hands. I like to have my palms up. Turn on your glutes. Squeeze them real hard. Make sure that they're doing their job. Then press the small of your back to the ground a couple of times to make sure that we're activating your core. And now squeeze those glutes and lift with your toes up, supported only by your heels. There you go. So that is the first one, and we're going to be aiming for a working minute of that. The next is heels to butt bridge. The difference is we're going to get your heels as close to your butt as possible, and right, because your knees want to bow out when this happens. So we want to take either a squish ball if you have it, or a cushion. Put it between your knees and squeeze it together for that narrow bridge. Lifting your toes up and down off the floor. Right, because each time you lift your toes, you relax your knees without meaning to. And when you relax your knees, you relax your glutes. So it's subtle, but squeeze with your knees, lift your toes, and don't let your glutes let go. That's the second move. And then the third one is max height bridge heels only. So this one you have permission, if you want to try to do a bridge that's elevated as high as you are comfortable, but you don't have to do this at all. With your heels, same as before, and then lift and hold. That's maintain. Over in rebuild, we've got the lateral band walk, single leg hip circles, external rotation, internal rotation, 1 foot on chair, and single leg balance on pillow from different moves. So that first one, the lateral band walk, we want to put a resistance loop around either, you can hear me breathing so hard, this has been a terrible, I don't like being sick. This week has not been fun. All right, so we want to put a resistance loop either around your the arches of your feet, or around your ankles, or around your knees, thighs. And we're just going to walk little bitty steps, 30 seconds in each direction. 30 seconds in one direction, 30 seconds returning. Show me how little ground you can cover. It's not about taking big steps. It's about working the resistance and making sure that you're leading with this hip and letting these little bitty muscles do the work, isolating them. It's fun. Second one is single leg hip circles. So leave that loop around, bring it up and put it around your thighs if it's been anywhere else. I'm not going to grab one because I barely have the strength to do this. But we're going to, without hiking your hips, we're going to try to draw circles think about drawing it with your knee. If you think about drawing it with your toe, you're going to go all over the place. We really want that foot to dangle directly beneath the knee. And your knee does not need to come up any higher than your hip. I know that's a lot to think about. It makes a big difference though. If you're trying to draw it with your toe, you're going to go all over the place because you're trying to draw the biggest circle. We want to really stay here in the socket. Make sure that your standing leg is not locked. You got locked, unlocked, locked, unlocked. Unlocked is where you want to be. Okay, internal, external rotation. With that, we want to have your foot up, kind of like we're about the distance, about as high as it would be on a chair. I'm not going to touch my husband's chair, though. We had a conversation about that. I'm not supposed to touch his office chair. And this is going to feel like a nice stretch for your groin. But what we're doing is taking the foot that's on the ground, rotating outwards with a little bit of a twist. Again, the knee and the standing leg cannot be locked. You should feel a stretch in here, a stretch in here, and a stretch in here, and then return. So for 30 seconds, we're going to externally rotate the standing leg. You can do it without twisting. I'm just trying to demonstrate the move as best I can. Again, it's subtle, but it takes a lot of activation on this side to rotate and a lot of activation on this side to stabilize while your leg up while you do that. Again, not the most intuitive, but it's also not bone crunching. It's a subtle move that actually does a lot. And then the final move is a single leg balance on a pillow. So take a pillow, take a wobble cushion, whatever you fancy, or if you have a really thick pad like this can work as well. All we're going for is that proprioceptive training, which is your body searching for stability, and we're training your glutes to be the first thing you go to when your body needs stability. Usually we go to quads, which will stress your knees out over time. We don't want that. Your glutes were born to stabilize. We want them to do their job. So don't go crazy. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. We're just going to balance on one leg while standing on something that is inherently not stable. Okay, going to start with 30 seconds on each side and then try to work your way up to a minute over the course of the month. And always, as always, do not lock your knee on your standing leg. You are coached, you are loved. I sincerely hope you're not sick, but if you are vaccinated like I am right now, I promise you it's worth it. Go get it.